We've got a Vauxhall Mokka 1.4 turbo petrol 2015. I'd like to show you how to take some readings from the mass airflow sensor. It's a bit of an unusual one. It's got an 8-pin sensor. It's actually 3 sensors in one. We've got a mass airflow sensor, ambient air temperature sensor and barometric pressure sensor, all built into the one sensor. I've tried to get some wiring diagrams to help us, but I've struggled and not really found a great deal, so done a few checks, done some continuity checks between the plug on the sensor. Sensor's held in with 2 wires into the intake system. We've got the ECU just mounted to the side of the battery. 6 of the actual wiring connectors onto the sensor go directly to the ECU. The bottom plug, which when you've got it disconnected, make sure that if you do disconnect it, make sure you've got the battery disconnected. You find that you've got, it's a blue plug. I've written down the pin numbers and I'll show you those a little bit later. But the test results that I'm going to give you, I've taken with ignition on. So what we'll do, just put the ignition on. I'll just show you how I've taken the test results. So ignition on, just make sure I turn the lights off. Got our voltmeter, turn our voltmeter on. Just check that we've got good battery voltage. Right to the battery. I haven't got brilliant, but it'll do for the test at the moment. We've got 11.8. Go directly to the sensor, and I've pulled back the protective cover. It's just held on with little clips, just to make it easier access to the back of the wires coming out of the sensor plug. And then using one of these little Pico pin diagnostic connector, we can probe into the back of the wires without damaging the wires. So start on the left hand side. As I say, I couldn't find any numbers on the plug, so if we just work left to right, just probe directly into the back of the plug, and that way you're not damaging any of the wires. If you haven't got one of these little probes, you could manufacture one using a paperclip, which I found works quite well. So basically I've just taken readings left to right with ignition on, engine at idle, and then engine at 4000 RPM. I've written them all down for you. So at the top here we've got blue plug to the ECU, which is a 56-pin plug, and then we've got pin 45 at the ECU, and at the plug on the MAP sensor we've got a white and a blue wire. Pin 31 we've got a black and violet coloured wire. Pin 39 we've got yellow and white, and the violet and blue wire goes direct to fuse 30 in the fuse box, which is just mounted there at the side of the battery. And then we've got the black wire, which is the earth. Pin 3 green and white. Pin 23 white and red. Pin 8 brown and grey. Now I've written all the pins down here, pins at ECU number pins, and I've taken readings with the ignition on. Then we've got readings with the engine at idle, so the engine's warm, engine at idle, and then engine at 4000 RPM. There's not a great difference in most of the readings, but these may well help you if you're stuck and you're looking for some readings. I've kind of made a few educated guesses as to what the actual readings are. And if we look here, pin 45 looks as though it's air temperature, pin 31 is an earth, pin 9 barometric pressure, fuse 30 is ignition volts, pin 3, not sure on that one, it could be a 2.5 volt reference voltage, but I'm not sure on that one. Pin 23, 5 volt reference, and pin, which I haven't written down, which is pin 8, looks as though that's the MAF sensor signal. Hope these help you, and good testing. Speak to you later. Bye guys.